Hi, my name is Hilda Zilkin, and I'm the author of Blue Mountain Mist. I am doing another entry today, and this one has to do with our historical society. It is winter time, and we have our Christmas decorations out. Hannah doesn't put a lot of decorations, just a little bit on the window. It's just to remind the era of light and how we struggled in Canada. So when we think of red, we think of Chinese people's colors. We think of Asiatic natives. Blood is our ancestry, part of primitive hunter-gatherer or part of any of the Han empires or Mongol empires, followed by India's virginity hymen red and Kurdistani's red, famous red ribbons on the brides always, and then also Turkic people's flag, national flag, red. So red is very, very important. It represents ancestor blood. But today we are obviously not in those regions at all. We are in Canada, and red means the Canadian flag. And the white color also is part of the Canadian flag. And Hanna happens to be born in Turkey, which also has a red and white flag, and raised in Canada, which also has a red and white flag. So red today is very popular, and it's one of Hannah's favorite colors. Now, we want to focus on what is constantly told Hannah. Hannah's always told to try again. But here is what is very, very upsetting about the whole C3 project and social betterment and all of that. Hanna is actually finished the project and is working on building it. They are too focused on stealing it. They should try to build something for themselves and just walk away from Hanna. But Hanna gets a lot of interference continuously on a daily basis. Their psychology, and this is how primitive they are when she's dealing with certain communities from overseas in Canada today, they're too busy on theft. They don't want to build it themselves. They're just too busy interfering. Now, that tells Hanna two things. She's either a very hot commodity, or they just have no clue what they're doing and they need assistance. Now, if you think of a primate who needs assistance, a baboon, a gorilla has something on its leg, it needs assistance. It starts yelping and making all kinds of funny noises. But these guys are just hiding 3 houses down and 2 houses down, part of the historical society, and just trying to do theft because either, again, Hannah's a hot commodity, and she's one of the few people that knows what she's doing, or they really are clueless and they just find it a game. But that means you're too hyped on game playing, and we don't take people who do game playing seriously. We want to focus on my personal project, focus on yours, but they don't want to do that. Years ago, I remember we had caught, I worked in securities or whatever the case may be, we had caught someone doing credit card fraud. I mean, that fraud had to have taken, the study of the credit card holders and all of that had to have taken 10 whole years. With that kind of psychology and that kind of energy, they could have built 10 corporations themselves. But it's the concept that you have an internal clock that is broken. Just do your damn own thing and leave Hanna alone. If Hanna makes money, it's because she is educated or a hot commodity, or she's creative, or she's Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan, one or the other. Why are you so focused on Hanna? Because they have no clue what they're doing. It's almost like attaching themselves to her ankles. When you don't know what you're doing, you're too busy trying to do fraud. But in Canada, really, Hanna is part of a finished project. She manages the Historical Society. We are waiting for our funding for part 2, but you're too busy trying to steal. It's an animal trait in you. It's almost like the first settlements and barbaric, like a Turk, where the Turkish people would come into Anatolia, steal all the the wheat and crops of Mesopotamia and run back to China. That energy, you could have built 10,000 crops yourself. So Hanna doesn't get these people. Canada's a very proper country. If you're that rogue and you have nothing better to do in your white walls, then you need to go back and bother somebody else, because really she's looking at you funny at this particular point in time. Just focus on your lollipop and blowjobs. Stop bothering Hanna. Hanna's already injured managing the Historical Society. It's a very hard job to begin with. She has her son collection, 35,000 pages. If she is the $40 billion female, by God, let her be that $40 billion female. Stop interfering like a 2-year-old and go do your own fucking damn thing. With thousands of professors helping your sorry ass loser actresses, you would think you're far ahead, but you're really not. So stop lingering around my home or on my legs or on my phone or intercepting my lines and making me run around like a headless chicken. I'm already in my 50s. I'm too tired. Dealt with years of urban warfare, civil rights era, this and that. 007, another headache altogether. Mr. Greek, whoever the hell he is, I have no clue of who this person is. The neighbors, the Christian crusades across the street, the mob, the church, the Vatican, do your damn own stuff. Just do your own thing. If you want me to get you a Nike t-shirt that says, just do it, goddamn, all these people, thousands of you, and you can't figure it out, then that means you should be paying me up my asshole. That would be the genius thing to do instead of going through my walls because you have nothing better to do. They Alcatrazed underneath my house. That's how pathetically sad they are. Wiring the whole thing, paying off police, injuring cops, doing this and doing that, hurting so many people because they're losers at this particular time. They can't, if you really can't figure it out at this particular time, that means you need to A, go back to school, B, pay some professors some serious dollars, or C, come to Hanna's door and be very honest and pay her the proper dues, because that means she's a hot commodity as a Turkologist or a Kurdologist. She is one of the top ranked wolves. And you're still being a cheap-ass motherfucker, a loser, a complete thing, going through underneath her house who has nothing better to do. I'm going to give you some counsel. Your houses are too white. Too white. Stick a fucking painting on the wall. You clearly need some photos or something because you're bored out of your mind. Texas, are you listening to me? That is some of the problems I'm encountering right now. You know, again, do your own goddamn thing and stop interfering with Hanna. This is called business competition. Have a wonderful day.